Hello, Scorpios. Welcome to your November 2016 tarot reading. Once again, happy birthday to all of you who are celebrating this month. The first message that I have out here is that they're saying for you, a lot of you are picking your battles, and a lot of you are no longer confrontational or no longer confused about how people feel about you. You know who your friends are, you know who your enemies are, and you're going to keep those two, groups separate, okay? What I do feel is that there is somebody that you really, well, for a lot of you, this is going to extend across just all sectors of your life, not just romance. But I feel that you're going to feel very appreciated this month. And I do feel a lot of it has to do with, birthday time. But what I sense is that for a lot of you, you are realizing that, a lot of the times, I feel like there might have been a conversation that comes up between you and another person, and it really starts to open your eyes up to, how we as human beings are supposed to behave with one another. So what is coming through is some spiritual insights. And what I feel is happening is that somebody might tell you, hey, I don't say the same thing about you because I know that it hurts your feelings. So I would appreciate it if sometimes you keep your opinion to yourself. So I feel something like that coming through. You could be saying that to somebody, or they could be saying it to you. And as a result of it, you just realize that, sometimes we get upset at people and we say things that don't need to be said. And the bottom line is, if we really care about somebody, we can let the small stuff go. So I feel overall you are picking your battles, and they're telling you try to hold back on things a little bit. Mainly because if you really care about this person, you want to give them, constructive criticism rather than destructive criticism, because then they're going to start to clam up. So I feel like you're receiving some type of spiritual truth where I feel that it's going to really temper the way that you interact with other people. A lot of the times you are very brutally honest, and you like to call people out when you feel like they're being phony. And I feel that for some time, for the next 2 weeks, you might have to curb your tongue because you realize that, hey, you know what, it's actually hurtful. It doesn't really accomplish anything. And I don't really want to be the person that, cuts other people down. So there's that, that whole process about picking our battles and choosing our words very, very wisely so that we don't isolate other people. So I feel like a lot of you, you're holding your tongue. A lot of you are, but I feel like you're not being passive aggressive. I feel that you are kind of like growing when it comes to, this doesn't need to be said, so I'm not going to, open my mouth. Whereas this needs to be said, so I'm going to focus my energy on that. So I feel a lot of, that argumentativeness or that need to call somebody out on things when you feel like they're being phony, even though it doesn't affect you directly. I feel like a lot of you are letting that go because you feel that on a human level. We should try to, if what I say doesn't serve any purpose, any greater purpose in that person's life, I'm not going to say it. So I feel like, refraining from ridiculing people, that's very good. Refraining from saying things that might really cut other people down, out of a sense of camaraderie, out of a sense of like, hey, we're all people here, so let's just play nice, let's just be nice. So I feel a lot of that is coming through for those of you who are especially, I feel like, in your 30s, I feel that you're coming to this realization. For others of you, I feel that as well, you are becoming a lot more patient with the people that you love, okay? This is family, friends, and even significant others. And also, because you love these people, you're going to respect their choices. You might agree and say that, like, I don't, I wouldn't choose the path that you choose, but I love you, so I'm going to support you no matter what. So I feel that coming through, that sense of like expressing yourself in a way that is meaningful, in a way that allows other people to say that, to at least see where you're coming from. So you are a lot more expressive with your feelings overall. What else is coming through is that what I'm sensing is, for those of you who are going through any type of legal issues, okay, I do see something regarding to related to vehicles, possibly selling off vehicles, or dividing assets between people, who gets to keep the house, who gets to keep the car, and things like that. There are a little bit of travel delays, logistic concerns when it comes to going out, having a good time, socializing, and meeting up with people. It's going to require a lot of patience on your end this month, and especially for the next 2 weeks as it pertains to group gathering. There might be a little bit of, just flaky energy, people getting the time wrong, or people like, they say that, hey, I'd really like to see you for your birthday. Come over. And they live like, a city away. So I feel like that's going to be a little bit of annoying, and you feel that, hey, that's not very thoughtful. But I feel like a lot of you, you're not going to be confronting the other person. You're just going to know who your friends are, okay? What else is coming through is they're saying an end to a separation. So this can be that, the separation, the divorce is finally finalized, or if you have been at a long distance from somebody, they're saying there's an end to a separation. I feel for a lot of you, there are many, many people that are going to be I feel almost like, giving, like asking you on dates, giving you like, the wink that they are interested is what I'm sensing. And a lot of you are looking at this skeptically, like, well, no, I'm waiting on this other person. I'm waiting on, somebody else. So I feel like a lot of you have somebody in mind that you are very much interested in, and you're not playing the field. You're not just gonna, flock to the first person that shows you interest. So especially for those of you who have been, with like a lot of partners in the past, and you were just like out dating around, just wanting to have fun with a different person every night. There's nothing wrong with that if that's between consenting adults. But I feel like if you have been doing that in the past, you're waiting, you're holding out on one specific person that you feel is going to be very good for you. If they have been at a distance, I feel them coming through sometime for the next 2 weeks, and I do feel, they're saying an end to a separation between you and that person. What I'm also feeling is a lot of you, I feel like a very stubborn energy that came through the beginning of the month, where you're just like, I want it this way, and if I can't have it this way, I don't want it any other way. I feel like these walls are coming down, and I feel that, your sense of like, this is what I want, but it's not for the greater good, so I'm going to try to compromise with another person. These things are coming down. And I do feel that when it comes to legal issues where you have to, work together, compromise with an ex, and you might have had like, bad blood, there might have been bad blood between the two of you. I do feel that you're still standing firm, and you're not being a pushover, which is fine in that context. I do feel that it's fine, okay? But a lot of you, I feel like this overwhelming sense of like willing to compromise, willing to see things from another person's point of view, and willing to let your guard down so that other people can, come to you for advice as well. I feel for some of you Scorpio fathers out there, there might be a moment where somebody is coming to you, and they, like a child or somebody that is like a subordinate. They might come to you, and they might need your advice, and I feel that, you're gonna have to give them very, very objective advice. So I do feel, walls coming down between you and others that will allow them to reach out to you, okay? They're saying for some reason here, especially for those of you, well, this is a specific message. It's not going to apply to everybody, but they're saying a separation from a father figure that's coming through for the next 2 weeks. So your father might be, traveling, or he might just be somewhat leaving the picture. So they're saying a separation from a father figure coming through for the next 2 weeks, okay? Anytime in the next 2 weeks. The last message that I'm getting here is I feel for a lot of you There might be some reshuffling when it comes to financial obligations, okay? So whatever if you're starting a job and you're waiting for, commission checks, you're waiting for paychecks and things like that, there needs to be I feel like there's going to be some adjustment to how much is being paid out. There is an adjustment to, lawyer fees and things like that, royalty fees, and I feel commission checks, okay? That's coming through. For others of you, I feel like you're dealing with a fire sign who is showing you a lot of love, a lot of generosity, and a lot of affection. So I feel all of this is coming through. And I do sense as well there might be some news that is very like, I feel like soulful news, soulful communication. That message is coming back up where you are having like a serious heart to heart with another person and they are really opening themselves up to you, and it's going to make you feel quite good. Quite appreciated, and feel as if you both are kind of like kindred spirits. So I feel that coming through for many of you, especially if you are dealing here with a fire sign. So the fire sign is Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. And for a few of you, they're saying somebody's coming into the picture and then they're coming back out again. And I feel like you and this person, there's a lot of chemistry, I feel. And there's great communication. And I feel that this is somebody that you really look up to. But they're saying they're coming into the picture and they're coming out again. Not that they're, the type to, run in and out of your life, but I feel like there is an element of bridging the distance and then them leaving the picture again. So they might come to see you and then they might leave just as quickly. So they're saying, be careful about that. Don't get too attached, okay? Because it's like here today, gone tomorrow. So don't get too attached. Um, so those are the messages that I am getting for you. Just be very patient with others, learn to compromise, and try to suppress the ego when dealing with other people, especially if they're coming to you and they are in need of a shoulder to cry on. I feel like it's really hard for them to come to you if you're not willing yourself to open up, okay? So I do wish you the best, Scorpio. Enjoy your birthday time and enjoy your Thanksgiving as well for those who are celebrating. Take care. Bye-bye.